Did you figure out? Did you going back to that? Did you figure out what you were gonna do?
Yeah, I just like cut the doses of everything on the pre-workout in like half. So instead of 500 milligrams of niacin, I was like, we're gonna start with 250.
Okay, gotcha. So that's what you're gonna be trying today. I'm assuming.
I actually skipped pre-workout today because I still have a headache from yesterday.
Oh, gotcha.
It
Yeah.
it
Um,
it wrecked me. It straight up wrecked me. And there's things that I'm sure the body needs to like refill and rebuild that take time. So
yeah, I agree. I agree.
I just was like, all right, I'm just gonna just it was the saddest workout. I did chest day. I just did incline bench and then machine bench, and then went and worked on the chicken coop for a little bit, fed the chickens and stuff. I was done.
I'm trying to figure out what I can do to shorten my workouts, but I feel like if I shorten my workouts, I'm not allowing myself enough rest time between.
Dude, I cannot get below an hour and a half workout, and I don't understand why not. Like, doesn't matter. I'm like, I'm gonna only do one muscle group, and I'm not gonna play on my phone. I'm not gonna put anything on the TV. I'm just gonna like focus. And still, I'm like, how does this take so long?
Marley thinks that all my workouts, no matter what, are 3 hours.
Yeah, Emily says the same. Emily says the same thing. She was like, 2 hour workout, huh? I was like, no, I'm just gonna go hit arms. She's like, okay, I'll see you in 2 hours.
Yeah, it's like impossible. It's not that it's impossible. It's just that, like, should you really be hitting reps or should you be hitting sets 30 seconds apart? I mean, you could, but
I
you're
think
just going to go into hypertrophy like instantly.
I think the average person does such a shit workout that for the average person, 30 minutes a day would be good enough. That's why the advice is 30 minutes a day. Because everybody
That
says
seems
that.
that
Everybody
seems
says that. Everybody
terrible.
everybody says 30 minutes a day. But let's be real. If I go down there, I do incline press till I just absolutely
There's your
doesn't matter what the weight is, doesn't matter how many reps. It's still going to be 3 or 4 sets, right? Until I
yeah.
completely just jello arm, right? Then I move
Yep.
and I do two more exercises. I do a fly and a pec deck or something, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that is almost an hour.
So what I figured, I'm just going after Lee Priest's workout, and he said 100 reps of the hardest weight you can do.
Oh, that's a good
So
advice, man. Okay.
in other words, you're doing
10
10.
sets, 10 sets of 10 in
Yep.
3, 4 different exercises.
Yes, exactly. And I take mine to the extreme. I'm doing 10 sets of 4 to 12 reps on one exercise. And that's I think that's why it's taking me.
Well,
But
I
to be
looked at your
honest with
work.
you,
You fuck around. I look at your workouts.
yeah, I do.
You could do
You
an
know
80
I
pound, you do an 80-pound dumbbell. You start, you're like 30, 40,
oh
50,
yeah, I do
60,
screw around.
60,
No doubt.
60, 60, 80, 80, 80. I'm like, and then 35. I'm like, what is he fucking doing?
I just go until it hurts.
You're going for muscle, you're going for joint fatigue. You're building those elbows.
That's probably I need to the hard part is like I know it looks like I'm really screwing around on my and maybe I am. Maybe I'm fooling myself. I
Dude,
know
look
it
at
looks
mine.
like
Look
I'm
at mine.
screwing around.
Look at
It
mine.
looks like I'm
One warm up, and that is
I
like
know.
half the weight. Like if I'm doing 90 pounds, warm up is 45 pounds for 10 reps, and then it's 90
So
pounds for 6 to 8. Then it's 90 pounds for 5 to 6. Then it's 90 pounds for like I've killed myself 3 to 4, and then we are done. We are done, sir. That is the
yeah.
next exercise.
Yeah, dude, did you so I am extremely sore today in my arms and shoulders, even my pecs.
Then
And
ignore
so
then
like I'm
ignore ignore everything I'm saying because if you're getting sore, you're already ahead of the game.
that's what I'm saying. I will say this though. That pre-workout that I gave you a tiny little scoop of
Yeah.
that wasn't, I gave you a microdose of it. But now that we know you're not gonna like kill over, you should definitely take like a full blown serving of.
Okay.
You might feel really like after your workout, you're like, dude, I could go do that for another 5 hours and be fine. The issue is you wake up the next day and you're like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I cannot move at all.
My frustration with jumping on the steroid train is I am not sore anymore like I was before. And obviously that's good, right? The steroids doing what it's supposed to
This
be
is why we
doing.
need to train. We need to train together more often.
Yeah, but like I'm used to just wrecking myself and then like 4 days of not able to walk on legs. And now I'm like I was kind of sore for a little while.
With
And
the same exact
maybe
workout,
I
yeah.
need 2-a-days. I need 2 a day, do like chest in the morning, tricep
And
in the
then,
afternoon.
yeah, yeah, you totally could. Maybe you
I don't have
run.
time, man. I don't have time.
I
Even
know that's the kicker of it. And then you get guys that who was saying that they only worked out for 40 minutes a day, 45 minutes a day. Was it Ronnie?
do they all say that shit? And you know what? It's the same thing like Mike Metzer. Mike Metzer would always say like 1 set to failure, and then it's like, well, I did a ranging set. Well, what's a ranging set? Well, that's where I
Is
warmed
that
up.
100 reps? a
It's like
100
what?
reps?
What's a ranging set and a warm up set? It's like okay,
That's
so you only went hard in 1 set with rest pause or something,
yeah,
which is pretty much what everybody else was doing, just named a little bit differently. You know, uh, I could also warm up with the bar for quite a while and then just throw 155 on there and just be like "Oh," and smoke it or 145 or whatever I did yesterday.
right, right. No, I don't see the point. I don't see the point in that. I like what Lee Priest said. He goes, there is an actual science to the lift. You use your percentage of body weights, or you use your percentage of your personal, your PR, your personal record, and then you work your way down the line, basically. But regardless, Rich Piana and Lee Priest both said 100 reps for one muscle.
Volume kings, I have to say. Volume. Yeah.
Yep, yep, and that'll get you sore, man. If you're pushing it like that, yeah, it's gonna get you real sore.
And maybe that's you get the old Arnold tapes where maybe he's lying or not, where he's like, "Oh, I never swung more than a 50-pound dumbbell." And then you see videos of him with the 100-pound dumbbells. It's like, well, obviously that's not true.
That was his warm up. That didn't count.
Yeah, I never do more than 50-pound dumbbells. It's not about the
Uh,
weight. Yeah, okay,
that's the
Arnold.
funny part is he said I there's videos where he says I never did more than 2 plates on the bench press, and
Yeah.
then you find out he actually PR'd at 500 pounds,
Right. Right. And you know what? I'm
and
not
you're
buying.
like,
I'm
dude,
not buying the. Oh well, I worked out with 2 plates, but I could PR at 500. No bullshit.
no, you're gonna
That's
have, if
too
you're gonna
much
PR at 500, you're gonna be having to work out with 3 plates minimum
for a long time.
for a long time.
I'm picturing somebody doing like sets of 25 with 300 just to PR at 500 or something.
Oh gosh, it might even be more. It might even be more than that. It might be. I'm trying to think. So my PR right now is what I do the other day, 320 pounds, and I usually work out to between 215 and 2 plates, so 215 to 225. I usually use that as my workout range for about maybe 30 reps, something like that.
Okay.
And I would say let's call it 3 sets, or let's call it 4 sets of 8. and I can put up 320 one time right now, or two times is what it is. So that
You
being
are
said,
so much stronger than me naturally.
well, I was thinking about that. Like um I honestly, I'm so excited to see Swede get, see Swede grow up in this, because, dude, that kid is, I think that kid is in for some straight superhuman genetics.
Some state
If
records
he,
coming.
if he gets, if he gets my body composition, if he were a direct split between my wife's genetics and my genetics, that kid is going to be straight huge, because you have, I mean, Marley, how many women do you know that can bench a plate, dude? That would be like
Not many.
that would be like uh a state record in a lot of states.
Uh, I'm guessing my wife could. I don't know. She has got that gymnast drive where, failure is not
Yeah,
acceptable. Failure is not acceptable. You know what I
right.
mean?
But this
But
is like Marley just kind of screwing around.
but
You know
I'm
what I
I'm
mean?
wondering, like th- there's a muscle,
I'm
a
excited to
muscle
see. I'm excited
disadvantage.
to see it.
There's a muscle disadvantage there, where how much muscle they're going to actually be able to carry regularly without, you know what I mean?
And that's why I think Swede. I'm genuinely curious to see what that kid turns into, because my brother-in-law, when he looks healthy, he's he's 6'4", 250 pounds.
Oh God, okay.
All my brother-in-laws are over 6 foot, 6'3". So
Yeah, yeah.
if my boy gets some of those genetics, and on top of, there's I mean there's something crazy in my family's calf genetics.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I don't work out legs, and I have freaking 22-inch calves.
Yeah, that's yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I've never juiced, I don't really work legs out. It's not a muscle that I prioritize, because my legs already look good without working out. So I'm excited to see what that kid's gonna look like here in 15 years. But anyways, I'm
Life is going to be it, being tall and being in shape and not being ugly. Life is going to be easier.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, hey, it's
Uh,
not fair, but everybody wants to, you know what I mean? Everybody wants
everyone,
friends and support a winner, and we visually make that distinction. And it takes you have to really prove people wrong if you come out the gate with all the positive attributes.
I'm stopped now. I'm in front of my job. I want to look at your workout real quick. When was your last good workout?
My last good workout? Oh man. Let me pull it up with you.
Dude, you must have been really feeling crappy yesterday.
Oh, my back. 2 days ago, back thickness. That I I didn't think it was going to be a great workout. It was only an hour and a half, bro. I was at that level when the wife got home. I'm like, I need back help. I need massage. I need it now. I'm done. So that was a good one. I was.
See here. Golly, your volume is crazy, dude.
What you mean on the back workout?
Dude, your stats, your last 30 days, you have more than double the volume I do.
Yeah, but you've only got two workouts.
Oh, you're right. Never mind.
You were deer hunting.
That's right. I forgot.
Yeah. No, now my volume,
I for
I'm looking at it right now. Like leg day for 43,000 pounds, and the shoulder day 8,000, back day 20,000 ish. Yeah, it's not bad, but you got to compare a month.
I need to hit I need to hit a good leg day. I've done terrible at legs in the last like horrible at legs.
Start with extension.
But
Don't start with squats. Start with extensions because they're horrible and no one likes them.
yeah, I'm gonna do extensions first, then I'll do the hamstring workout. What do they call that?
Second,
Curls. I'll
hamstring.
do curls second.
Why are they the worst thing ever?
I hate them. I
I
genuinely hate
I get nothing out of
freaking.
them. I can't see them. I don't feel a muscle connection with them. I don't. I went up in weight. I went up in weight last time for no reason because it was not. I was not ready to go up in weight just because I was angry at them.
It weirds out your tendons, bro.
Dude, I got like my last set was like 4 reps, but I wasn't tired. I wasn't weak. It was just like my brain was just like, I don't know. I don't know where those legs are. They're somewhere. Like lift the weight. Nothing. Nothing, man. Complete disconnect. I hate hamstrings.
The the other thing too with them is it weirds the tendon out.
Oh, yeah, walking up the stairs. If I get a good hamstring workout, which I won't know until like leave and walk upstairs from the gym, and then I'm like,
Yeah,
whoa, that's not your normal wobbly. That's like a weird wobbly.
I don't like the way it pulls that big tent. What is that tendon right inside of your knee? The big one
Oh,
that
yeah. Uh,
is like as thick as a pinky.
yeah, whatever that is. It's
I don't.
not your ACL, but whatever that one is.
Whatever that is, I'm not a fan of that thing being weirded out like it does when I do leg extensions. I actually don't know that I care about the leg extensions anyways, because you look at Tom Platz
Yeah.
and he's basically was saying if you want giant quads, don't be thinking you're getting them from leg extensions.
Yeah, but he's selling squats. I
Well, dude, no. This video he's actually selling.
What's he selling?
This video he's selling, and maybe I'm just picking and choosing my religion here, but he was selling the whatever we would just call leg extensions, not he's selling leg extensions, not
Not even.
hamstring curls.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. I've based everything on this legs. I've based on Bumstead, which is not really the brilliant legs. Honestly, I probably shouldn't be looking at his. I like
Routine
his thought
for
process on.
for legs.
I like his thought process on stuff, and I know Platts is like the quad king, and and then Cutler, and then there's a couple others. I mean, even Nasser had huge legs, but I'm not going to squat. Not. Not gonna.
Doesn't Jay Cutler remind you of someone that probably owns a gym?
Have you seen Jay Cutler's gym at different stages of his thing?
But he just comes off as a
Oh,
guy that owns a gym.
like he would own a gym. Yeah,
Like he looks like it's
he's got real
it's a
estate.
different
He's got.
it's a different vibe than like you look at Lee Priest, you're like that dude would not own a gym. That guy would own like a Harley Davidson or something.
Lee Priest. Look, I would love to hang out. Of all of them, I would hang out with Lee Priest probably over anybody, just personality.
Oh, absolutely.
Jay Cutler just like seems like someone that you would have to get to know over a period of time, and Lee Priest looks like somebody that you would just like hang out with once and have a blast. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Same with Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah.
Ronnie Coleman also seems like the person you could just meet off the street, have a fun workout with him,
Yeah,
and bullshit for a while, and he would be awesome.
Yeah.
But Jay
But
Cutler definitely seems like one of those guys. It's like
you would
he's
probably actually be friends with Jay Cutler. You know what I mean? Jay Cutler probably isn't the guy that's giving you bad advice because he thinks it's hilarious or he's being a dick. You know what I mean? I think Jay Cutler is
right.
probably, I don't want to say a better person. I don't know if I go that far, but he just seems like a person that's like, oh, he's real. He seems less of a character and more of like, this is Jay Cutler, the person. You're actually seeing a glimpse into the man's life, as opposed to everybody else. Arnold is always on. He's an actor. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's
That's
Arnold's show.
the you got to admit though, still the realest person you could hang out with would have been Rich.
I, Rich,
You
man,
probably would have.
Rich is like a sad clown for me. You know what I mean? Like if you
For me, he's the guy that you hang out with like once. You go to a barbecue with him, and you're like, "Yikes!"
no, I, he he wouldn't bother me in the sense that I would be like, he's out of control or whatever. Because I mean, we all know people like that. But it's just like the ending of the story. If you didn't know, if
Yeah, that's a hard thing to. Yeah, that's sad, man.
Rich was still alive, he would be probably. You're right. He is like top three hangouts. He's up there with Lee Priest of who you want to hang out with.
Oh yeah,
But you know where this road's going, and you know what
yeah.
I mean.
Gosh,
Even if you interject yourself as a good positive influence, you don't, you know what I mean? It's such a tragedy. You don't want to, the train wreck.
Rich, Rich is my best friend growing up,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's a dead end story, right?
Yeah.
Eh,
Oh,
but same personality type, just a fun hang.
yeah.
Always has something funny to say,
Yeah.
and but like it's the comedy is just uh kind of a band-aid for a lot of it's just a lot of pain and a lot of self self issues basically,
Yeah. See, my
which
child,
I hate that, and then you got Jay Cutler who's more like your bishop. You know what I'm saying?
my childhood friend that I hung out with for like 20 years was more of a Jay Cutler. Like he wasn't really that interested in getting to know everybody else. He's there to do, what he's there to do. So I can relate to that personality type of
Oh
somebody.
yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Overall they're more positive.
Yeah.
They're a more positive influence on you.
Sure.
They might not be as exciting, you know what I mean,
Yeah, but then you
isn't it?
inside jokes and conversations and things like that. You know what I mean?
And I bet you Jay has a bunch of fun dad humor too, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But as far as like making it, I mean, it's hard to beat Jay, really. He's a family man. He's and I'm kudos for Chris for deciding to stop competing.
Bumstead, yeah.
Yeah, and actually focus on what really matters in life. Uh, I
You
mean, I
everybody has rumors of what happened, whether it was like the steroids caused it an issue, or you just had a genetic issue, or it doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. He's already gone to the elite level.
He already was,
Now,
and he understands what's important. You know what I mean? And
yep.
I think that is quite. I think Rich is probably the opposite of that. Someone that may have people around him that love him and take care of him, but he's just so focused on his. I mean, the man gave
Winning really.
the man gave everything to it, and it wasn't.
If he would have Even if he would have won, I still think he would have met the same fate.
Yeah, you have one of those stories where he's talking about, and I don't know who he's talking about, and he's talking about somebody, doctor telling him to stop the steroids or he's going to die, and he went to the show, placed low, and then died after the show. And you see Rich's face that he's relating to this story because he knows even at that point he's not on a good road, right? You've seen what I'm talking about, right? Where he's talking about
Yes, I have. Yeah, and it's kind of like,
it's sad. It's hard for me to watch. Like I will click when I realize because those, you see the same clips on your Facebook or your doom
oh yeah, they'll recycle themselves eventually. There's only so many of them, right?
videos to watch, and I see those. I'll click off of them. I can't. He. It's just too tragic because it's like, oh man, you're predicting your own future here, And you know, I think,
There's nothing he did to stop it. That's the suckiest part.
yeah, and I
The
don't.
world would be a much better place with him. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, well, I don't. Yeah, it's just that it's.
you can see the road you're on, though. I mean, gosh, there's not been many times in my life where I was like, I'm doing everything right. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, there was a point early in my marriage when I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get a divorce. This is horrible. Just selfish young guy vibes where it's like I enjoy being single and doing. I want to get in my car and go for a cruise at 9 o'clock on a Thursday night and hang out with the buddies, and I shouldn't have to tell my wife where I'm going. It's not even like she would be like, no, don't. But
Right.
just the idea of having to tell someone else what I was doing. And I didn't see it as, it's a courtesy. I was still so stupid and young that it was like, no, I'm my own man. I don't need to tell nobody I'm going,
Yeah.
you know.
How old were you when you married Emily?
Uh,
Were you 19?
no, I was 20, like 4. Wait, so 2007, and high school's in 22 or 2002. Oh, yeah, it was like 23, 24, somewhere in there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But you guys have been serious.
Together since
How long have you guys been serious?
we'd been together since high school, senior year of high school. So
Like consistently?
most consistently, there was times we'd
You had
months. Yeah, we
your young love breakups and stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, and that was, I'm on the other side of the world during these breakups because we weren't living together. So she was back in Texas, I was in Colorado. We break up for 6 months or whatever.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. So yeah, I gotcha. So it was like
Not not to
so
not to relitigate any heartbreaks for my wife, but it was just rough because then here's why. I didn't grow up in the church.
well,
I didn't grow up in the church, right?
right.
I say the church, I mean our church, not a church. I mean we grew up in Methodist Lutheran churches, but they didn't have why are you here? What's the point of life? When are you getting married? Why are you getting married? What's the point of all this? What's important? Why
Right.
why doing those things leads to a better life and outcome. How much people giving their, forget testimony of the gospel, forget testimony of anything other than me and my wife have been happy for 50 years because of these things, right?
Right.
People don't talk like that. People don't tell you what was important to them and how silly it was when they were young to think. Like all those like deep introspections didn't happen from outside. We had to learn those ourselves, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, I hear young people in the church talk about, oh yeah, yeah, family, and I'm like, oh man, if you could just internalize this lesson now, it will save you
Well,
so much.
and I just say some do, a lot do. I think that's why.
More do because of the church than people that are outside the church do. And I don't need to say that's an opinion. I can look at divorce rates,
Right.
Utah, and then look at and those are people that have heard, right? And then divorce rates of people that are members, which are people that,
I was gonna
right?
say that even the divorce rate thing is skewed too, because how many people never get married?
Oh yeah. And then divorce rates of people that are members of the church but not sealed. And then divorce rates of full-time members who are sealed. It's insane, the drop off there. And it doesn't mean 100%, but I'm just telling you, like, just looking at that was like, oh my gosh. And there's nothing else like that.
Yeah, true.
Maybe
True.
some statistics on Amish that I don't have in front of me, but it was like, oh, wow. And from an outsider, you may think that these women are chained up in the basement in Utah or something. And they don't know. They don't know. You know what I mean? Because oh, so what? The Amish don't get divorced. Are they allowed to? I don't know. You know what I mean? But coming in,
True.
coming in from the outside and seeing like, no, these married people are just so much happier as married couples than anyone else I've met. And that's just hanging out with other married couples and realizing, wow, I don't just have one friend who doesn't hate his wife. None of my friends hate their wives. Where the conversation from non member friends is always, oh, yeah, the wife's riding me. I hate my wife. It's miserable. It's like, wow, there's such a drastic community difference
Right.
of
Yeah,
expectation.
absolutely.
Was it Hinckley or was it Kimball that was talking about give me two good members of the church, male and female, and they will make a better married couple, basically, than anyone else, love or not, arranged marriage, just because they have an understanding of.
If they live the gospel, yeah.
Yeah, like they don't have to know each other, they don't have to date, they don't have to.
As long as they're living the God, yeah, following Jesus Christ,
Like
they will automatically
If Christ came
be in a.
and was like, Steve and Susan, you two are married. And if they're both living the gospel and they both, what I think the important part is have an understanding of what a marriage is, are going to
Yeah,
be
true.
infinitely happier than two random people that non members and I don't it's not even about the spiritual side. I hate to say it because that's going to offend a lot of people, but
Well, it is a spiritual side
and
coming into your physical life,
and this is why,
like the spiritual principles
right,
enacted in your physical life, right?
world. And this is why I think, you always had the people that are like, well, actually, Indians or Pakistanis or whatever with their arranged marriage have a happier marriage rate than whatever. And at first you're like, well, that's fucking ridiculous. But if you think about it, if they both have an understanding of like, this is what my life should look like. And expectation management, right? You expect to be a housewife and you expect to raise his kids and you expect to be taken care of. And, your parents arrange a good marriage and he does take care of you and he is respectful. And, it's like, wow, okay. I can see how someone in that scenario is much happier than some,
Yeah.
than
Because they're headed towards the same goal.
that random what can we pick the most leftist thing, a pink-haired woman who who hates her dad, and it's got to be a minority because you know what I mean. It's like the most left wing. They have different beliefs. They're diverse in all aspects, not just racially, culturally. Maybe she can't even speak to his parents because they speak another language, whether that's Arabic or Spanish or whatever. You know what I mean? Like the most diverse possible left wing couple. Every,
Yeah,
they intentionally go out and make sure that the person they're dating is not consistent with their ideology or culture in every possible,
right.
right. Like the idea that love will blossom out of nothing. We don't need to have similar ideals or values. Yeah, and tell me that that couple is going to stay married, happy, have a family that raises good kids, and stays married after those kids go off to college or get jobs. I'm not.
I wouldn't bet my money on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm gonna run into this job now, but anyways,
Yeah. Well,
um,
I got to take.
I'll
Yeah. Well,
I'll probably hit you up on my way home
later, bud.
later.